Blue Lock characters are talented in their own regard, with special weapons that each player uses to be a powerful force on whatever team that they join. But when comparing two characters with very different weapons, which one of them is better? Well, that's what I'll be doing today in this series called Blue Lock Matchup. For today's matchup, we have Blue Lock's hero and the egotistical protagonist, Yoichi Isagi, versus the jack of all trades and the chameleon of Blue Lock, Mikage Reo. I'll have them compete in terms of physique, speed, IQ and game IQ, dribbling, offense, defense, ego, passing, shooting, and main weapon. Remember, this breakdown is fully opinionated with evidence from the Blue Lock manga to support. However, if you disagree, that is again totally fine, as my opinion doesn't automatically mean that one character is better than the other. So if you do disagree, leave me your thoughts down below. Also, if you want your video idea to be made into an actual video, you now have more than one way to make that happen. You can either leave a comment with your idea on any Blue Lock video that I've posted, or if you go to my Cash App, any value of donation will give you priority, and that idea will be made into a video before any other videos requested via comments. Before you say anything, yes, I'm kind of selling out, but you know what? I got bills to pay. I'm a college student, so don't judge me. However, don't feel like you need to Cash App to get your video request, since you can still leave a comment and it will still most likely get made into a video. It's just that the Cash App requests will have priority and will be made into a video as soon as possible. Now I know that I've done a lot of yapping, but there's just two more things that I need to address before the video starts. First being that this video will be made prior to any information about the improved stats of Isagi or Reo prior to the Bastard Merchant vs PXG match. So if the stats change that alter the results of this matchup, then I apologize in advance, but those chapters just haven't come out yet. And because of this previous thing, spoilers for the Blue Lock manga up to chapter 247 of the manga, and if you're not caught up to that point in the manga, click off this video now because there will be spoilers. Alright, now without further ado, let's get into the breakdown. Now starting off with physique, I'm going to be giving that to Mikage Reo. Prior to the new Egoist League, Reo was already more powerful physically when compared to Isagi, shown in the second selection where he charged through Isagi to pass to Chigiri. While this was a part of Isagi's plan, it's clear that Isagi wouldn't have been able to stop Reo, whether he was meant to let him pass or not. And looking at the results of Manchan City's training, Reo was not only able to shield the ball from Bastard players, but also completely body blocked Isagi in the matchup against him. While Isagi did improve his physique quite a lot after the Manchan City game due to his requirement of a better physical stat to use Metavision more, I don't think that these training results could beat out those at Manchan City, specifically due to Manchan City's training centered around the improvements of a player's body, and because of that, I'm giving physique to Mikage Reo. For speed, I'm also going to give that to Reo. Isagi nor Reo have displayed any true feats of speed, as speed isn't necessarily a part of their playstyle. However, when looking at the stats of Reo during the Manchan City match and Isagi's stats in the Ubers match, Reo's speed stat is 8 points higher, even including Isagi's training improvements a week afterwards. So mostly because of this, I'm just going to give speed to Reo as it makes the most sense. For IQ, Reo also takes this one. Now I know Isagi is a very intelligent person overall, however Reo is legit a genius. He scored #1 at his high school, an elite high school mind you, is the son of the Mikage Corporation business owner, and was raised to take over for this company, meaning he would have had to have been extremely well educated. While Isagi again is fairly intelligent, he in no way can compare to Reo in terms of standard intelligence. But when looking at game IQ, Isagi easily takes. Isagi has outplayed Reo in several instances. First in the first selection with his Team Z lockdown plan, then the Nagi x Isagi fake out plan in the second selection, and then with Metavision, he was able to easily defeat the Nagi x Reo link up play in the Manchan vs Bastard match. His game IQ is far above Reo's, despite Reo himself having a fairly decent game IQ as he was the strategist for his team in the first selection. However, there's just no debating. Isagi's game IQ is way better than Reo's by a long shot. When looking at dribbling, unfortunately for Isagi, Reo also takes this. Isagi himself isn't the best dribbler, as mentioned before, it just isn't a part of his playstyle like Bachira's or Yukimiya's. And while it used to not be the biggest part of Reo's style, his new Chameleon Striker mode allows for him to incorporate aspects of size dribbling into his own playstyle. We see this with the Cross Elastic or Nutmeg performed against Ness in the Manchan City vs Bastard match, and while it's stated that Reo's copies aren't as good as the original, this copy is still better than any dribbling feat shown by Isagi in the series. So I gotta give dribbling to Reo. Now for offense, this was honestly super difficult for me, but I really think I have to give it to Isagi simply due to the latest performances by Reo. Isagi and Reo's skills allow for them to both function extremely well on offense, however Isagi I simply believe just does it better. Isagi's Planet Hotline chemical reaction with Corona or his Metavision chemical reaction with Hiyori are two almost unstoppable attacking patterns. His new lefty shooting weapon allows for him to fire a direct shot with either foot and makes up for a critical weakness in his shooting ability. The application of Metavision also allows for him to essentially see the future of the field and even match vision ability with a new Gen 11 player. All of these abilities are incredibly useful on offense, but that isn't to say that Reo's abilities aren't good either. He was able to replicate Rion's Stravella shot as well as Sai's Cross Elastico Nutmeg. His training allows for him to be a much stronger force on the pitch, and his copy weapon allows for him to copy things like Yukimiya's Gyro shot, vastly expanding Reo's attacking arsenal. However, his and Nagi's recent performance is what gives Isagi the edge here, as they have slightly declined in relation to offensive skill. This is simply why I place Isagi above Reo. However, when looking at overall performance, Isagi's ranking is only slightly above Reo. But for defense, while this was also fairly difficult, I have to give it to Reo. While Isagi's latest feats in the Ubers match on defense cannot be forgotten, as bro was literally playing more defense than the actual defenders were, I don't think that they can truly stack up to what Reo has done, or what Reo can do on defense. Isagi on defense was able to stop Burū 4 times, thanks to both Metavision and teammates such as Yoichi, and was also able to stop Reo and Nagi's double assault in the Manchan City match. However, Reo without Metavision was almost able to completely lock down Shido in the previous arc using his copy ability. And really, his copy ability is the main reason for him taking defense, as him copying defensive abilities is incredibly useful. I mean, he was able to copy Aiku, Niue, and Nagi all defensively, allowing for him to be an incredibly useful asset during the U20 match. With his subconscious use of Metavision, he was able to steal the ball from a Kaiser, Chris Prince, and Noah matchup, which not even Isagi said that he was able to do. Overall, I do think that Reo is just a better defensive player than Isagi. However, given Isagi's recent feats, it's only by a slight margin. For Ego, that easily goes to Isagi. Now I could go into these several clear-cut reasons why Isagi has a better ego than Reo, but I think it's just pretty obvious. I mean, Isagi is the main character. It's pretty obvious that he has a greater ego than Reo, especially after Reo's ego is constantly changing, switching from independence from Nagi to dependence on him back and forth and back and forth. So for a pretty obvious answer, I'm giving ego to Isagi. For passing though, I'm going to give that point to Reo. Reo for the majority of the series has played as a support player. He was the anchor for several teams that he's played on, and his skill set allows for him to mesh perfectly anywhere on the pitch and set out plays. For both the first and second selection, he was designated as the anchor for Team V and the 3v3 team. His copy skill that allows for him to copy size passes also adds to this. While Isagi's 1-2 passes or curved passes are very good, his passing ability is in no way comparable to Reo's, so Reo takes passing. But when talking about shooting, however, that goes to Isagi. Isagi's direct shooting, while in my opinion, is a quite bad shooting ability given Isagi's specs, I still believe it provides him a better shooting skill as compared to Reo. While of course Reo's shooting can copy that of Lin's as seen in the Manchan City match, even Gagamaru commented on this saying that Lin's was better, meaning Reo's shooting skill is worse than Lin's in the U20 match, and I personally believe that Isagi's current shooting ability, in combination with his new lefty shooting, just simply provides him with the edge over Reo. So when it comes to shooting, I have to give that to Isagi. But when looking at both of the characters' main weapons, Reo's is obviously superior. Reo's Chameleon ability is honestly one of the best weapons in the entire Blue Lock series. This ability allows for him to copy any player's unique talent to a maximum of 99% in reference to power, speed, accuracy, etc. We've seen him use this ability to copy skills like IQ's Serpent Block, Niue's Core Body Press, Sai's Cross Elastico Nutmeg, Bachada's Long Pass, Yukimiya's Gyro Shot, Nagi's Trap Shot, and Lin's Travella Outside Spin Shot. The only limitation with this weapon is that the copying ability is unable to reproduce results from weapons that require specific physical ability, such as Chigity's Extreme Speed. But overall, that means, theoretically, any weapon that Isagi has, Reo could copy to a certain extent. And with this weapon, placing Reo in the midfield would allow for him to be an incredibly useful player on both offense and defense, and because of this, I believe that Reo's weapon is the better core weapon as compared to Isagi. But remember, this point is more opinionated on what weapon I think is better, and I think the Chameleon weapon's better, so I'm giving Reo this point. But now let's take a look at the point distribution. Reo took physique, speed, IQ, dribbling, defense, passing, and main weapon, while Isagi took game IQ, offense, ego, and shooting. So by the point distribution, this matchup goes to Mikage Reo. Now obviously we know that despite the point distribution, Isagi has been shown to be the better player, simply due to not only Reo and Nagi's decline, but just plot. Listen, I love Isagi as much as the next BLUELOCK fan, but you cannot tell me that Isagi isn't riding on plot a lot of the time in this series. Specifically in that last match, because Jesus Christ. But aside from that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video and will leave me more matchup requests down in the comment section below. And for a small announcement, on February 1st to the 4th, I'll be going to MegaCon Orlando. For just a little detail about who's going to be there, we have all of the big 3 voice actors, the rest of Team 7, Ash Ketchum, Itadori, the Forgers from Spy X Family, live action Luffy, Usopp, Helmeppo, and Buggy, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, I could just keep going. So for my question of the video, do you guys want me to make a video just talking about the convention and giving you guys like a vlog of the convention? Leave me your thoughts down below. Thank you all for watching, like and subscribe for more content just like this.